Hey, everybody on the line. Willkommen to the AWOL Hangout. My name is Crystal Curtis. I have with me my good friends Donald Clark and Matt Neer. And what I'm excited about us doing this is I have not hosted a Hangout on behalf of the AWOL community since this summer. And the last time I did, it was with these two gentlemen, two of my favorite people in all of the world. So the community is back in style. And very quickly, I would just want to get into it, but anybody here who is on the line and listening to us as we open up this dialogue, could you chat in the chat box, little live stream there below this video? It would be awesome to know, I don't know, you could shout out names of people who invited you here, or why you're here, any questions you have on the top of your mind that we can actually get into. Go ahead and start that. Let us know where you're from. Let us know if you have experience in online business. Just let us know a little bit about you, and that would be, it would make me feel better as a host to know who I'm welcoming into the community. So I'm just going to click over here to see if we have some people jumping on the line, and then I'll sort of lead us through some revelations I've had recently about howdy, Lori, and howdy, Decode on Dan, right? Karen's here. I'm excited to catch up with you, Karen, to see how your event went. Hey there, yeah. So everybody who's coming on the line, just say hello. Say maybe where you're from. That would be very exciting. We're a really international crew, and not only are our members international, but the North American contingency is going more and more out of the boundaries. So if you got an email from one of the AWOLers today and you really want to imagine yourself in a life without boundaries, meaning literally international boundaries, without glass ceilings in the income place, or, I don't know, just bad vibes in general, then you're in the right place. And in the next 30 minutes, I want to take you through a journey of some 3 major revelations I've had that makes Project AWOL as a community and our #1 recommended affiliate program and income model on the internet, which is Empower Network, why it's a kind of a match made in heaven, and why this just might be the best time for you to get started with us. And then we're actually going to be able to take you on a tour through some of our resources, and I want to give kind of an announcement to a really special gift to you, which also makes your timing impeccable, because we have this special promotion going on right now that's actually going to end on Friday. And so when Matt gets to talk about his experience with this service that we have access to that will make your life even more simple, you'll just probably want to make that decision to buy. So the little red button on the screen goes directly to one of the members who invited you to this event, one of their quote-unquote join pages, which is how you enter into the community using this viral blogging system that Empower Network offers, its flagship program. So I don't recommend clicking that until you've gotten all your questions answered, because you don't really want to leave the page. But you do want to make sure that when you join, you're joining through the link that you clicked on and the name of the referring member that you used to get here. Otherwise, it might just default to the company join page, and then you'll be totally lost outside the stratosphere of AWOL, which would be horrible. So let's have a good time. And Lori is just having moved from Ohio to Big Sky, Montana. Darian's here, who just got on board. So Darian, you might want to be able to share your experience of, basically just joining the crew in the last 24 hours. And people from Virginia, and Dave Shirley's here, and Denise is here, Deb's here. Deb's awesome. So yeah, I'm really excited to have you on the line here. So let me come back over to where I can see the people who I'm working with. Hi. All right. So here's what I wanted to talk about. Where I'm coming from are the 3 revelations, and you could take out a pen and paper if you want, mainly so that in the back of your mind you know where, like, kind of benchmarks you can use when you're looking for an opportunity to kind of grow another way of life online. So my 3 are this. My background really quickly is as an art artist, visual practicing artist, and an art history professor. So I have never really had a regular 9-to-5 job. The few times that I did, I literally probably like was allergic to them. I get hives in cubicles, and I definitely get hives in schedules. What I wasn't really raised with, especially in the art world, is being financially savvy. Artists are particularly known to be a little bit financially retarded, and so when the economy collapsed in 2008, I was, wiped out of all of my income streams, all my freelance gigs and stuff. And what I realized in that moment was that, the most I had really earned, even with a job teaching at a top university in the country, was I was only making $2,400 a month. And what's interesting about that is that I was on the call with somebody who had just joined recently, and I had to sort of keep it cool with her because she just wanted to replace her $3,000 per month income, and I was sort of taken back in time, like remembering fondly what it was like to think about how many sort of freelance gigs I needed to piece together for $2,400 a month. Where now, what Empower Network does is it gives you the ability not only to earn 100% commission on our product line, but it makes earning like a bulk of change at one time much more easy than sort of kind of stressing out about doing overtime if you have a job, or getting an extra job on the side that you have to do the weekends. And essentially, that was kind of the big breakthrough I had in this model. When you're positioned to earn what we earn in Empower, which is anywhere from $25, $100 continuity streams, that's monthly, to $500 commissions, to $1,000 commissions, to $3,000 commissions, in an instant, you're one sale away from total life transformation. So that's revelation number one, and I wanted to pass it over to just my friend Dawn and Matt to share your experience with that, total breakthrough in the online another way of life.
Yeah, Dawn.
Yeah, I'll let you go ahead, Matt.
Okay.
Are you sure? All right. Cool deal, man.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Yeah, as far as like breakthroughs goes, guys, like there's a lot of stuff you could do out there to make some cash online. I mean, it's literally infinite, probably, the different things you could do. It's just a matter of figuring out where you fit in and where you belong. And I mean, there's a lot of stuff. Let's put it that way. Now, the reason I plugged in here with AWOL and with the Power Network was because it's just like such a family environment. It's awesome. The people here are so freaking cool that you're just gonna have a blast. Highly recommend getting to a live event. We're doing them next month. There's 4, so whichever one's closest to you, definitely get in. If you're not signed up yet, sign up and then get your ticket to the event right away, because you get to come hang out with all of us, man, and have a blast, That's what's up. So another thing about that is in online business, there's a lot of stuff where you can just have like a transactional-based business, complete autopilot, and you don't really interact with people all day. And that's cool if that's what you want to do. But ultimately, at the end of the day, I like working with people. I like hanging out with people, and I love talking with people and helping them have breakthroughs, because that's what helps out right here in the heart, man. That, if you're not, it's something I learned in the beginning. I've had some good mentors along the way. If you're not fulfilling the heart, and everything else in business is going well, you're going to hate yourself. It's going to suck, So you have to figure out how you're going to do that. And one of the major ways you can is finding a community of people who are just like-minded entrepreneurs. I don't know if you guys are still stuck in the 9-to-5 trap or not. At least when I was, I would deliver pizza, right? That's what I used to do. And I had this car, I had this old Honda that used to break down all the time. And I think I got it with like 100,000 miles on it, and I put like 30,000 on it in like a year delivering pizza or something crazy like that, right? And so this car would break down, it seemed like every other month, and my check over there at the pizza place was like maybe $200, $250 every 2 weeks, which, I'd save that up, and then when the car broke down, I'd have to spend all that money on the repair to fix it just so I could keep my job, keep delivering pizza, and they made you use your own vehicle, of course, so we were running ragged with that thing. And then we had tips on top of that, but they didn't pay me for gas. So all my tip money went into gas with barely enough left over to pay for beer on the weekends, and it sucked, man. It was a terrible trap. I was stuck, you know, and I had to get out of that. And so I found online business, and I found things like Project AWOL, things like Empower Network, and I was just able to plug into that and meet all these really cool people. I have a success story. I don't know if I should share that yet, Crystal. What do you think?
Let me get 1 second before we get into that, because it is an awesome success story, and because I want to lay out a little bit about what Empower Network is with some testimonials from our group, and then get to like kind of the big chunks of change we can make here. So, anyways, just really quickly, Donald, sort of like one of your revelations, since this was. Matt and I have a little bit more years on our belt in terms of being in the online money-making space, and that's kind of why there's lots of things that I'm realizing now in the way that AWOL is structured that are just so different than what I had been used to in the past. That's what, you know, it becomes very fulfilling. But this probably could have been more of a blessing for you to sort of work in the people-based online, you know, social blogging space, and turned out to be a pretty good decision, right?
Yeah, well, you know, here's the thing: is I come from the corporate retail background, and you know, much like you know Matt was talking about, or I'm sorry, you were mentioning earlier about or whoever it was, talking about the hours that you put in. You know, I did that, and you know, Matt, you're talking about 30,000 in a year for pizza. Well, I might have doubled that, for, you know, being a road warrior, because I was a district and regional auditor for 2 major retailers, so I was on the road a lot. But you know, it was one of those things. You're always building the business for somebody else. You're not doing it, you know, for you. And then when you know the economy crashes, I've been downsized twice from both of the retailers. So you know, no matter what you do, you know, killing yourself for somebody else, when it comes down to it, you're expendable. It doesn't matter. So I'd always wanted to be in the online space because you know it is, you know, the 21st century, the digital age. It's not the industrial age anymore, and so it just made sense. But I never could quite put my finger on the answer. And then, you know, long story short, I'm clicking through videos online and end up seeing this, you know, 19-year-old kid running through the jungles of Thailand, retired, and you know, at 19 having the blast. I'm like, what the heck is he doing, you know? So I had to find out, and then lo and behold, it was the answers I had been looking for. And it not only was the answers, but it was the manner in which I had always wanted to do things, but I never knew what that was until I found Empower Network and Project AWOL. And you know, Empower Network's the product. It's the teaching and the training to do what I'd always want to do. But Project AWOL is the community, the family that I didn't know that I had missed all my life. And so it really is an incredible symbiotic relationship between the two, because it's just a perfect marriage. And again, for me, it was the answer that I'd always been looking for. So it was a huge decision, but it was the best decision, I think, well, at least to this point in my life, the best decision I've ever made.
Awesome. So I'm going to get into really quickly what Empower Network is, right? What you get when you click that big red button on the screen, the sign up, is it takes you to the Empower Network product line, the products that we sell as the Project AWOL community. And essentially, we believe in affiliate marketing and the scale of internet marketing as a way to untether yourself from the status quo, so that you can live with just your laptop and your phone, and you can, you know, work without boundaries anywhere in the world. And we chose to work with Empower Network because of all the different ways that you can make money referring other people's products. Like Matt has mentioned, the options are infinite. That Empower Network has a product line that is not only kind of based on our value system, which is education and transformation, but also they pay 100% commission, whereas most affiliate programs pay, maybe some of the internet marketing ones will pay 70%, but even if you signed up the way that Cameron describes it, even if you signed up to be a referring member of like Walmart or Target, you could sell, you know, you could resell their white socks and get a little 30-cent commission from it. And so number one, are you choosing something that's going to pay you less? And then number 2, are you really going to find like emotional fulfillment selling white socks for Target? So the product lines are education. And so what we wanted to make sure that people do when they're empowered to learn how to collect your own paycheck using the internet is that you have a storefront. So the $25 system that you buy is what we call the viral blogging platform. And it was designed specifically in a way that would remove all of the sort of technical obstacles that keep people from moving forward with the internet, especially if you don't have a lot of experience sort of, I don't know, just publishing an article online, for instance, or placing an advertisement online. This is the way that commerce gets done, and a lot of people kind of associate the computer with some sort of like techno monster, and Empower Network designed a lot of things inside the actual storefront that you get for $25 so that you don't have to worry about that as an obstacle to your business goals. Then on top of that are different products that not only teach you more internet marketing skills, but also kind of retrain your mind if you have been stuck in an old model, kind of like where Donald is mentioning, you know, he didn't know what he didn't know. He didn't know what he was missing until he found this community. And so for the entire product line, if you chose to go through it all with us, then basically we kind of associate it as like the master's course of online marketing. And I know quite a few people who use online education as a means to increase their skill set, and it's just a really cool way that the online model is really democratizing education in general. And so Empower Network has kept everything very relevant and current, so you feel really good about the skill set that you develop alongside with us. So that's just, you know, what it is, because a lot of people just are like, what do I do next once you get it? And now I just want to talk to you. Well, okay, well, what is the storefront? What is a blog? So if you're seeing my screen right now, here's a case study really quick from one of our members, Dominic. He's Australian. He's like traveling through India right now, and that's his passion. Is sort of making a big chunk of money at a time and then sort of blowing it on kind of a world global circuit and then doing it again. So one of the cool things about making online income is that you're making it on your own schedule. You can make it every day if you want, or you can sort of like do bursts of energy and then just go like have a kick-ass time. What Tim Ferriss in the 4-Hour Workweek calls a mini retirement, right? So he's saying, I did it. I popped my first instant upgraded member who sold himself on the 2 product lines, the blog and the Inner Circle mentorship, which is a $100 per month subscription, from a completely unrelated to sort of make money online. He actually was writing about backpacking tips in Singapore because he's knowledgeable about that. So once you start sort of expressing yourself and sharing your life experience on the internet, that's really what people want to consume right now because we're in the information age. It's more information. And so Dominic basically posted that article. It didn't get like a ton of traffic. It got 10 leads over a 3-month period. But of course, this isn't the only piece of real estate that he published. He's been publishing more travel tips every day to different places and stuff. And they trigger for this guy who landed on his website because he was looking for backpacking trip tips in Singapore. And when Dominic related his trip in Singapore to the fact that he can travel more around the world because he's untethered from a corporate job, that guy joined, bought the blog, and bought the $100 per month subscription. And so I really want you to have a moment here understanding what Dominic just did. Dominic just started paying for his phone bill per month by spending about 15 minutes one day kind of reimagining his trip to Singapore and serving the audience that was predispositioned to look for this information. And so he literally spit out $125 per month income. He didn't have to write his own ebook. He didn't have to find some other product to sell for pennies. And there was no shenanigans in this, right? That's what was such a breakthrough and a win for Dominic. And I'm going to share one more blogging story.
Hey, Crystal, let me interrupt you for a second. People are saying they can't see your screen. I think I'm blue boxed, so you might want to, because they're seeing me.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was just over on the screenshot. Can you see me now?
Yeah, I could see it, so I didn't see, but they were seeing me, which I'm sitting here doing nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is what I'm showing. Can you guys see this now?
Let's see.
Or Dominic. And I'm going to share one more blogging.
Well, that's crazy.
Anyone, could you say yes in the live stream here?
Yeah, they got it now. They got it.
Okay. Great. Where am I?
Interrupted your flow. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I just wanted to give one more blogging story so we can move on, because this is what we're talking about. We laid some groundwork that we're doing this in community, and we're having this amazingly supportive group that that people are really seeing are setting a different industry standard for what it really means to sort of work together and build a business together. You know, rather than do it anonymously behind your own computer screen where it gets lonely and you get stuck. We're all raising our financial thermostats together. So anyways, that was Dominic's story, proof that automated sales from blogging works, essentially. And then this other story, which could not break my heart anymore. My good friend Adam Neckers, I will teach everybody here how internet marketing works in this amazing story. This is for somebody who has a long-term vision with your goals. Matt mentioned the kind of the endless possibilities with retail or transactional type businesses that become immensely unfulfilling and short-lived. You know, so you could go find some other product to sell and be like, you know, the day trader of online business, or you could really start building a family, lifelong relationships where you have a part in somebody else's transformation. And here's how it worked. Just like that guy looked for backpacking trips in Singapore, I really want everyone on the line to really think about for half a second, what was the last piece of information you did a Google search for on the internet? Whether it was YouTube, the Facebook graph search, or Google, think about what did you last search for, what were you really getting to the bottom at, because that's the key to unlocking not only your financial freedom, but the other people that you want to help and serve as well. So, a year ago, Adam Neckers is looking for information about this Facebook software that I wrote an article about a year ago. Adam finds a video of mine on YouTube because I wanted to do a product review of this Facebook software. He subscribes to my email list. He is subscribed for my email list for 6 months. He has never purchased a single product from me. And I start talking about how my community is going to Thailand. We are going to shoot a reality show, the first of its kind. And Adam, who was apparently his lifelong dream was to go to Thailand. He got on the phone with me and he said, "This is what what was meant to do. Even my wife knows it." Co-ops the reality show with us in a heartbeat. It was the most exciting sale ever, and it was my ability to sell a $15,000 product in an email to basically a lead who had never bought anything from me before. Number one. Number two, he goes to Thailand, he brings his wife, and for everybody here who has been sort of like working in a silo and you don't feel like you're doing anything with the support of the people that you love most, right? Type in the chat box if you have experience with that. You have some naysayers and negativity in your life from either your spouse or your children or your church friends or whatever. It's more common than everybody thinks. And but Adam is just a super awesome guy anyways with a vision. He takes his wife. She's like, okay, yeah, I kind of get what you guys are doing. She's a nurse. Because we live another way of life and we start dreaming in the world of possibility instead of the world of boundaries, suddenly a week or two later they're like, oh my gosh, I think we're going to move to Costa Rica from Wisconsin. We would die if we had ever had to go through another winter here. Right? Before Thailand, they would have gone through another winter in Wisconsin. But now Kristen is a nurse. She can go to Costa Rica and go anywhere in the world to share her healthcare experience with anywhere else in the world. And what this post is really is Adam just sharing, like, prior to joining me in the business, she was supportive but just clueless, right? She came to Thailand, and it transformed her into a blogging machine. So I think that there's probably a lot of people who are like, $25 for this blog, what does it really do? And I'm telling you, it creates automated income and it transforms your family's life, the possibilities that are like in already kind of, you know, burning in you in a little, you know, hole in your gut, and you just don't know where, like, you just, it's gas, right? And you need someone to like you just need a match, right, to like ignite it. It's invisible. You can't see it. It's like electricity, and you just need somebody to like flip the switch, and then you see, that was already existing in you. I really believe that's kind of what was going down with Adam and Kristen. So she's just been blogging and actually getting an audience, doing what we teach inside the AWOL Academy and the Empower Network product lines. And this is the post where she's getting 2 to 6 leads, about 200 leads, and now she's actually responding to email inquiries, people asking her for more information. And she did this without kind of stressing out about money, and especially not comparing herself to other bloggers, because it was almost just like, let's see what happens. But she did it with a commitment to her husband, or commitment to them moving out of the country. So a lot of people make this whole deal much harder than it really is, but she's getting the also coveted lead that everybody has a hard time getting just by being herself, publishing her own life experience on her blog. And literally like a week after Adam posted this in her Facebook group, she fucking makes her first sale. Kristen Mack just made her first EM sale from her blogging and Facebook efforts, right? Yeah. And she's not a self-prescribed internet marketer. She's not a self-prescribed blogger. She's a trained nurse, a healthcare provider, and she just looked over her husband's shoulder, where a lot of people are dragging their feet. They can barely make an income for themselves within 6 months of doing something. She had a transformational experience by being in community with AWOL, and you have that chance for you in October. So this is the perfect time to join, because it gives you plenty of time to buy your plane ticket and buy your ticket to one of the regional events. So whether you're near Washington, D.C., Orlando, Florida, Dallas, Texas, or Anaheim, California, this is the exact time that you want to join so that you can come meet us in community, because for this case study, that's where it began for their transformation, right? Because Adam was on my list for like almost a year. And then I said, let's raise the bar. Let's go to Thailand. He's like, I'm in. And now they're having major transformations in their life. I feel amazingly, for me, there's no turning back and ever thinking that I was just this internet marketer, like hawking goods online, right? For them, they had a transformation, because once Kristen experiences her first $25, that is more like savory and like ambrosia, and then ever getting, even if you were paid $600 per hour as a consultant, there's no paycheck that could ever replace the feeling of doing it yourself. And that's why I'm so excited for them, because there's no turning back for them. So I hope in those 2 case studies I gave you a pretty good idea of what Project AWOL stands for, and really why we have this flagship product called Blog, because it's really just what you do with it that could really make the difference between your first $25 sale and your first $1,000 day, like this screenshot right over here. I don't know how fast it takes you to earn a life-changing $1,000, and of course I don't know who you are, so a big income disclosure comes with this slide, because it's really up to you to decide what you think is how fast you need to hustle, or how much you need to learn, and how well you can apply these skills that we teach you. But we have a product that gives you the ability to earn a $1,000 commission. And I took these screenshots within 2 days of people just sharing their case studies in the group. So Matt Neer's in here because of his $15 day, which actually turned into a $5,000 day, and so that's where I want to kind of hand it back over to you, Matt, so you can explain how in the world did you have a $5,000 week with the Project AWOL resources and the Empower Network product line.
Yeah, hell yeah. Can you guys hear me? I saw my internet going in and out. Is it sounding clear? Yeah? How we doing?
Yeah.
Audio's good?
Yeah, good to go.
Yes.
All right, sweet deal. Yeah, so what I did was I utilized the Project AWOL call floor we have available to you as a service here. And essentially what that is we have a call floor in Florida that's basically a bunch of people sitting there calling home business leads for you all day, so you don't have to sit there on the phone and hammer it and pound it to death every day, okay? We have people that will do that for you, and you can pay a one-time fee to acquire a customer. So what I did was I invested $3,000 to acquire 10 clients, okay? I've had since then delivered to me about 6 or 7 of those clients, and as a result of that, I've profited I've made total revenue about $5,000 just from the call floor, not including other marketing that I'm doing like blogging and list building and that type of stuff. So from that, I did about 2,000 profit because my investment was about 3K or 3K on the dot, as a matter of fact. So the question is, the question is, what is a new member worth to you, right? How much does it cost you in time and advertising dollars to go out there and acquire a new member, okay? That is the hardest part of any business. If you ask any business, large or small, Fortune 500 or startup, the hardest part is acquiring new customers into your business, right? So by having the resource to literally outsource customer acquisition, that allows you to take a step back and focus on being the CEO of your business, right? Doing more management, more training type stuff. And you can even outsource that if you want to. I mean, it's totally possible. But again, like I was saying, I like working with people and helping them, have life-changing, experiences in this business and helping them grow and experience the things they never would have been able to otherwise. Because I know a couple of things these days, right? And it's like by knowing these things, by knowing how to ring the cash register in a business to make an online transaction, I know how to do that, right? And I know that I can show anybody willing to listen that they can do that too if they follow these simple steps, And so if I didn't do that, I'd literally be doing a disservice to humanity. It's my moral obligation to show people this. Because I mean, it's what I do. It's what I do. So, guys, we got it all here inside AWOL. If you got capital to invest in members, then that's what you need to do, hands down. I tell people in this business, when's the opportunity? You choose the vehicle, right? What vehicle are you using? That's the biggest part. And how fast can the vehicle go? You want to drive, a Honda Civic, or you want to drive a Ferrari, right? I like the Ferraris. I'd choose that any day. So that's what we have here. We have the Ferrari as a vehicle. Now, to invest in yourself, you either have time or you have money. Okay, which one do you have more of? If you're broke, you probably don't got any money and you got time. So you got to leverage that, and then we'd show you how to do blogging and free advertising, like social media type stuff, maybe some list building, that type of stuff. If you got money, then you leverage the call floor and you just simply buy clients, right? You just buy them. And then you work with them on the back end and you show them how to do the same thing. I could go on about that for a minute, but I think I'll put pause on it and pass it back to you, Crystal. It's good stuff.
Well, thanks for that. And just share below if that seems helpful to you. It is, we believe in creating a peace of mind here so that you can not only work less, but live more and also get off of your computer more. So a few things coming down the pipe that makes the timing here, being part of Empower Network and Project AWOL, like there's no better time. One, Empower Network has invested over $3 million to create a whole new blogging platform that isn't anything that you've seen before, because it's going to be basically push button, like a WYSIWYG style. It's not logging into a WordPress dashboard or really any dashboard that is normal for any other type of publishing services out there. And while that doesn't seem sexy, and I wasn't really totally thrilled about it to begin with, I don't really get turned on by talking about software systems. But in terms of ease of use and the way that it's going to create distribution of your business services more viral than even what the viral blogging system has done before, that's timing. Also, for instance, the events to October. You can only meet us live when the event happens, and so you're less than 20-30 days away from meeting one of us. A lot of us are going to be in Orlando. Matthew's going to be in Anaheim, and I'll be presenting some information about erratic artistic behavior on stage at the Empower Network event in Washington, D.C. Okay, so that's number 2. Number 3, this call center that and the process that we have available that Cameron and Glenn, who sort of spearheaded the initiative, invested lots and lots of money of their own resources to put this together for all Empower Network members everywhere. They're running a 10% off special. So if you understand the principles of fixed cost marketing, we're having a special that ends Friday. And I don't know when they're going to be doing that again, so you can actually get on board using this service and see for yourself how it works for you as you map out your income goals. If you don't know what fixed cost marketing is, or you just don't really know how to start blogging, don't worry about it. I want to show you right now just a kind of a quick tour of the Project AWOL back office so you know exactly what you're getting into when you start, when you click that big red sign up button right now, tonight. Here's what it looks like. So I got to go back over to screen share really quick, and then I will log in. I think this is how this works.
BRB, I got to grab a charger real quick.
Okay. Why isn't this screen sharing? Do I have to get off of my... Sorry guys, I'm trying to get back to my little screen share thing. It's not live. Don, do you know why that might be happening? Am I doing something wrong? Donald? Can you hear me? Donald? Is anybody out there? Alright, Don's frozen. I'm trying to get over to my screen. Dang. I wanted to share with you our beautiful team site. Okay, guys. Sorry, I can't do this, so I can just describe what happens. So it's story time now. While Don apparently has internet connection issues, and I can't get my little screen share button to click. Are we still with here? You're all still with me, right? Okay,
yeah,
so this is how the member site works.
Yeah,
and I'm really sorry I can't walk you through it live. But anyways, what it is we have a central site, and it's a 3-step process, and then an educational back office called the AWOL Academy, which if you've ever spent any time with an online system and you felt overwhelmed by like billions of hours of video content, first of all, we didn't want to reinvent the wheel, because the reason why we promote Empower Network is because their education is already tops. And so what we did is basically we just framed the way to go through and digest the Empower Network information so it's not overwhelming. So first, what you get when you literally join after you sign up is your referring member, that affiliate that invited you to come to this page, and that you should be making sure that their name is available when you sign up, is you'll probably be getting invited to become an affiliate of Empower Network, which is just another $20. And what it is the ability to get paid. See, if Dominic had used the blog and then sold his own ebook on backpacking trips in Singapore, lots of people just use the blog because it's designed to sell for you. But if you want to get money, like Dominic did, to refer the Empower Network product because it's easier, it pays more, and they do all the heavy lifting for you, then you need a merchant account fee, and that's probably the next thing that happens that pops up right after you click the join screen. Then what you'll get is either hopefully a welcome email from your referring member that says, hey, we're gonna, welcome to the team, and here is our Project AWOL private proprietary site where you can get the same resources that we use to live another way of life. When you click that link, that's basically the site you want to bookmark, and the first thing that happens when you log in is a big step 1. We made it pretty dang easy. It says step 1, and you watch this very informative video with our one of our team leaders here, whatever, Cameron George, who I knew him when he was working with a team of people where they sold together $1 million of products online. And so he in that process working with them, he would regularly charge $40,000 to their clients that they brought in as a group to have this conversation that is now available to you literally for $25 because it's the conversation he would have had with you if you joined with him $40,000 years ago. So now you can have a $40,000 conversation where he will walk you through working backwards the numbers in your business depending on what your income goals are. And you have permission to think as big as you want. There are plenty of people making 6 figures a month in Empower Network. I know that sounds shocking, so just don't let it affect you if you don't like to think that way. But just like I had started, with never making more than $2,400 a month, and then being able to write 3 emails in a row and selling a $15,000 product, your life will change if you take the information that you learn here seriously. So after you watch that information, then you can have a consultation call with your referring member. At least this is the way that we like to do it in AWOL, because we really value kind of one-on-one connections, just to make sure that the human contact has been reached and that you know what you're going to be doing next. Then you will be walked through how to log into the Empower Network system and review the product lines that will help you reach your income goal that you join here with. Then there's a big step 2, because we make it easy, and that's setting up your system. I've done as much as I can to basically explain why you do the steps that you do, so you don't feel like you're overwhelmed or taken advantage of or just going to be left to die. And then big old step 3, which is access to this client referring system that we have. And again, it's up to you, and Cameron is very clear on when and why you should use that service if you actually pay attention to how he reversed engineered your income goals in that step 1 process. So a lot of people who are smart with their business, have a long-term vision, and want to work fast, use the resources available in step 3. And like I said, if you use them now, it's 10% off until Friday. So it's a good time to get on board with that now. If you still need more education on what fixed cost marketing is or what's the best way to get started, then we have what is called the AWOL Academy. And there are people posting regularly in our private Facebook group how the resources that we've made available to you online are worth more than anything that they've actually paid for, and you get this whole system for free just by joining an AWOL member here, a referring affiliate, for $25 tonight. It walks you through what an internet marketing system is. The second video is what's the first thing you should focus on, depending on where your money and resources are. The third is how to create resources out of thin air. Why do I know this? Because I actually designed the curriculum. Okay, step 4 is how to make money blogging. So if you don't know how to make money blogging, guess what? We show you how. Then step 5 is how to get traffic, how to get leads, and actually how to get these people into your blog with a really viral strategy called Instant Audience Formula. Everybody who uses it has a completely transformational moment using it. I know for a fact that's how Kristen, that strategy helped her make her first sale. If you've ever been curious how people make a full-time living using Facebook as a source of business, we have another big module called Facebook, the fastest Facebook promotion. I have a case study in there on how we raised $40,000 with a single Facebook post. That costs a little bit of money, but it's a really cool strategy just so that you can get your head around all these different little tips and tricks that make this system really fun and easy to deal with, so that we can be less on the computer and more out living in a mansion in Orlando, or parasailing in Colombia, or doing eye care for children in Costa Rica, or for instance, I just got in my travel feed a new airline sale to Iceland, and I went there for the first time last February. It is the most magical place I think I've ever been to on planet Earth, and because I live in New York City, it's totally worth it to, I thought anyways, to take the red eye just to go to the spa, the Blue Lagoon, for the day and come home. And I looked at that $600 ticket. I was like, I think I'm going to do that. So these are the types of things that we really enjoy because we live mobile lifestyle. So that's the kind of community and step-by-step process that you are dying to expect, then go ahead and click that big red button below that says sign up now, so that you know that there's other things going on than just the $25 program, but it really has to do with where you want to go, what your resources are, and how fast you want to grow it. I know that there's a lot of people from lots of walks of life on this line, and I'm really excited to be the first to welcome you inside Project AWOL. And it looks like my cohorts here, Donald and Matthew, have lost internet access or something like that. So,
Really?
you know, I just love talking about, welcoming you to the community, so I don't have a problem being the last one standing here. But
Hey, am I?
if you do have
Can you hear
questions that
me?
I haven't gotten through, I can refresh my little stream over here and see if there's something that I haven't gotten to. But I figure that 45 minutes is a pretty good amount of time to let you know what we're up to, so that when you get an email from an AWOLer about our reality show in Thailand, or you start seeing screenshots of like just people joining our team in droves, this is why. It's because we really love life, we really love community, and we're really dedicated to your success. We aligned ourselves with Empower Network because their products sell, and their products transform other people's lives, and they pay 100% commission. So if you really imagine what it would be like to earn, what would take 40 hours in their regular job, in one sale with one client, you can have this kind of experience too. And this is how we make executive salaries very quickly, specifically with Empower Network. So if I refer people, would I be their mentor, or they have to go through AWOL to get a mentor? Darian, you're an AWOLer, so you would be their mentor. And if mentor seems like a heavy question, essentially all you're doing is pointing people to the resources. And so you can go ask your referring member, Sam, basically kind of how to use the AWOL Academy. But we got your back. You can ask these questions in the Facebook group.
Hey, can you guys hear me or no?
Yeah, okay. I don't really see a lot of questions coming in. So who's going to be joining here tonight? We can hear Matt now, can we?
Yeah.
No?
Can you see me on video or no?
How is that? Is he somewhere else? Am I still with you?
No, I see him in.
I had to swap.
How do I add you back in?
Sorry,
I
guys.
see you and hear you, man.
Do I need to give you this link again? I gotta get Matt this link. Hold on. I don't understand how these things work.
I think I'm in here.
That is where we are. So, and then he's saying, still getting feedback. I don't know what that means. So anyways, guys, that's really all I have. Hopefully, unless Matt kind of comes back on.
I'm here.
Do I not have audio? Because I don't see them.
Yeah, I can hear you the whole time.
Okay, we're all back.
There you are.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're back. I think it was on your end, Crystal, because I could hear Matt and see him and everything else, so I don't know. These things get kind of crazy sometimes.
Sorry about that, guys.
No problem. So that's all I have. So any closing thoughts for
Yeah, I got some stuff that's on the brain, man, that I just want to drop in there real quick. If you found this page and you are not involved yet, why did you find this? Why are you here? Is the question. And it's most likely because you're broke, or you're in a situation where you're living a paycheck to paycheck and you hate it, you can't stand it, or maybe you just are sick and tired of what you're doing. I don't know what it is for you, but I'll tell you one thing. If you're working a 9-to-5 job and you can't stand your boss, how's that going for you? Right? How's that going for you? Are you digging it? Or you're obviously looking for something else, right? Well, you found it, okay? There's tons of crap out there. There's tons of shenanigans out there online, okay? Tons. And there's going to continue to be tons forever until you find something that really resonates with you on a level with real people, with real results, with teams. It's here. You found it. Congratulations. Let me be the first among many to welcome you to the team when you get started today. The red button is below, my friends. You know, there's a lot of stuff you can buy out there, and you can go through membership sites, and you can go through video training, and you can learn that way. And I've bought probably thousands of dollars worth of that stuff, but you never get to meet anybody. Even like this, like a live hangout, most people won't even do a live hangout, much less actually meet you in person and shake your hand at a live event. Okay, that takes everything to the next level. It just, like, you're over here, it takes it way over here, and maybe like up here a little bit more too. That's where this is at. Okay, if you want to build a business with real people who hang out with you, who tell you jokes, and are pretty much the coolest people you ever meet in your life, this is where that is. And if you also want a system that's been completely done for you, and you know, is something that you want to just leverage in your life to, you know, either automate customer acquisition yourself, so you don't have to do any of the marketing. You can run your business like a CEO. You know. We always say, like, you think Bill Gates is in there, you know, programming the software for his company? Hell no. He's out there working on the vision for the company. And that's what this system allows you to do. And should you want to learn how to do the in-the-trenches ninjutsu marketing type stuff, well, I can show you that too. We got all kinds of training in the members area for you as well that can teach you how to do all of that stuff. So it's really the full package here. I think that when you decide to get involved today, and buy it right now, that you're going to be just completely immersed into a new environment like you've never seen before. I don't know if you've ever bought anything online in the past, but if you have, you've probably had some experiences with some stuff. I think that this raises the bar on those experiences and takes them to an entirely new level. It puts them on a pedestal that's hard to compete with, to be honest with you. It's a lot of fun. You're going to enjoy it, and there's tons and tons to learn and lots of money to be made, my friends. So with that said, Don, take it away, brother.
Yeah, and I'll try and make my comments real quick because we want to wrap it up. But you know, just a couple of things. Crystal was talking about the training that you get in the AWOL Academy. And Matt, you're talking about, you know, going out and buying all kind of, you know, products out there, and there's, you know, tons of great products. And I myself have bought, you know, thousands of dollars worth of products. And I can honestly say that the training that you get for free once you're in Project AWOL is literally physically worth thousands of dollars. That the knowledge that, you know, Crystal has put together, some of the other members in the team have put together training videos, is literally worth thousands of dollars. And I could go out and find affiliate products online at ClickBank or you know, some other Commission Junction or somewhere like that, JVZoo or something, and you would pay $49 a month, $50 a month for these products, or, you know, $9.97 a month one time, or whatever. They're literally worth thousands of dollars, but yet you get all this knowledge and this content and this experience that everybody in our group has pulled together. You get it in essence for free once you join at the, you know, $25 level. But then also, and what I love so much about it myself, and I've said it numerous times on previous Hangouts, is the community, and that you can't put a price tag on. And there's one thing a little personal experience real quick about the call floor. And I've used the call floor since I joined with Empowering and AWOL, and the call floor has been tremendous. They've had a little bit of a backlog because it's such a, you know, in tremendous service, and everybody's trying to use it, so they've got a little bit of delay in getting members. But here's something that happened to me that I thought was next level, to use Matt's words, is that 2 weeks ago my grandmother had a stroke, and I, you know, was going to go home and spend time with her. She ended up going to hospice, and she passed away. And so I put a post in the group that, you know, I'm going to be MIA for, you know, a little while, and just wanted everybody to kind of just know I was going to be gone. Well, Liz, who's the customer support person at the call floor, noticed that in that one little post, you know how things get lost in your Facebook feed, she noticed that one little post, and when I had a fairly sizable order in, and when it came time for that order to be fulfilled, she sent me an email saying, hey, I noticed you were having, you know, family members that were sick and, you know, some problems. I wanted to make sure not only that you get your members, that your order is filled, but that you get it at the right time in your business. that you were ready to receive your members. And I read that email, and literally the thing is I knew in the back of my mind that the members were supposed to be coming, and if somebody wants to be a great mentor, I was just praying. I was like, literally the night before, my prayer was, "Dear Lord, not this week," because I didn't want to try and tell them, "Hey, can you hold it? Can you pause it? Can you do all this kind of stuff?" But she emailed me that next day and said basically, hey, we can put a pause on your members until you're ready to accept them. And that right there, that kind of customer service is what you get from the call floor, and it's also the type of community that we have inside Project AWOL. And my point is, you can't put a price tag on that. And so it's an extreme value. We always talk about provide value for people. Well, you get it when you get inside Project AWOL. So click that button and join us.
Wow, that's just awesome, Don. Hey, yeah, customer service, sweet deal, bro. I wanted to share one more thing with you guys, if I could, before we jump out of here. Bit more of a success story here. Check this out. Step out front here.
Well, we got a live tour.
Yo, can you see it? Where is it?
Not quite.
It is, right there. You guys see that?
Yeah.
No, right there. Project AWOL bobbed me this back right here. Okay? That's what I'm talking about, man. She's sexy. So we literally came back from Denver and picked that up. Thanks to AWOL. So it's badass.
Holler.
Awesome.
Very cool.
You guys could do it too, man. I swear. It was crazy easy to get the car. You have no idea. I always thought buying a car would be really difficult. Literally strolled in there and was like, "I want that one. Please give it to me." And they were like, "Here you go, sir." It was pretty cool, guys.
Well, Matt, you need to change your tagline at the bottom.
Oh, what should it be? What should it be? It should be new car purchaser.
Entrepreneur with a car.
Yeah.
Not just a car, a badass car.
Goodness.
Yeah, that's what we had before the car. We had a skateboard, you know what I mean? So.
Yeah, right. Upgraded to a faster vehicle.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, I was going to just share basically screenshots of what our Facebook group community is like. It's private to AWOLers, and we're just adding people every day and just sharing lots of case studies. So I always like sharing that to know that, this isn't a community where just like 5 people are making all the cash, you know what I mean? That's really typical in a lot of these things. But it's just a beautiful thing to see people, like just other people, all sorts of places, just piling in their own income, their own other way of life. I want to officially welcome you to Project AWOL once you click that big red button. And we'll see you in the Facebook group, and we'll see you in the AWOL Academy. See you there. Bye, my friends.
Thanks for coming out. Appreciate y'all. Love you lots. See you at the top.
Have a good one.
End broadcast.